So you finally found the one. You made an offer, it was accepted, or maybe you're working a new construction home and you got that under contract. What are the next steps that you need to do? So I walk people through this all the time. The first thing I want to make sure you understand, if you're getting a mortgage from now until after closing, the day after closing, don't go out and make any major purchases. Do not go out and start buying furniture. Do not go out and buy that Lamborghini that you were thinking about. Hold off on everything because that's going to affect your credit score, how much outstanding credit you currently have. So wait till after closing before doing anything like that. The next step is your escrow deposit. Now, if you're working with a builder, typically they're going to ask for 10 to 20% down, and then there'll be no more money due until closing. If you're doing a purchase of a resale home, your escrow deposit can range from $1,000 to $5,000, and that's negotiable. A lot of times, if you're paying cash, they'll ask for additional escrow money, and that's just all part of your down payment for your home. It's held in an escrow account by the title company. And if something should go wrong during the process, there are several ways for you to get your escrow money back. And oh, by the way, especially with new construction, you have the right to choose your own mortgage company and use your own title company. Now, the builders, this is February of 2023, the builders have gone back to offering incentives, especially if you're working with their mortgage company. What they're offering is a package. They might say, we'll offer you $25,000 worth of incentives. And some of that they expect you to use for the buy down of the interest rate. So we're about 6.5% right now. So you can use, I'm just going to use round numbers. You can use 10,000 of that 25,000 to buy your interest rate down by normally about 2 points. So you'd be 4.5% as opposed to 6.5%. But they are offering incentives there. So if you talk to another mortgage person, make sure it's apples to apples, that the two are the same interest rates or comparable interest rates, and which one gives you the best advantages. Taking advantage of that $25,000 to your advantage, probably, but always get a second quote. On the title policy, there's going to be a title company that's going to bring all the paperwork together, and then you go to the title company for signing the closing paperwork. Now, I always recommend for my buyers to pay for the title policy, pick and pay, we call it, because then you're picking the title company. I always recommend using a company that has a real estate attorney that's actively involved in the transaction, because if you're paying for the title policy, it costs you nothing else to have that attorney representing you in the transaction. So they review the contract, they review the survey, they review any condo or homeowner association documents for you, and are there to answer questions for you. And if there should be some type of hiccup during the transaction, they are there again to represent you in the transaction. So I always recommend that. Builders will try to push on you that you use their mortgage company, their title company, their insurance company. So you do not have to. You have the choices on that. Always recommend that you use a Florida insurance company. Some of these national companies just don't understand Florida. So I recommend that you use somebody here locally so they understand exactly where the home is, what the elevation is, when it was built, all of those things they need to know. So those are just a couple of steps for getting into under contract, we call it, when you have a pending sale. Most of the most important stuff is within 5 days getting formally applied for your mortgage with the company that you've chosen. So the contract calls for you to have a formal application and you're starting to turn in documents. Now, in this day and age with a mortgage, they're going to ask about every 2 weeks for you to update your financial information. They're going to ask for checking account updates, savings account, investment accounts, and they'll just keep doing that until you get to the closing table. Now, they should have you at a status of ready to close in 30 days. Now, typically, they'll get to that 30-day point, and it's either, yes, it's a go, or not looking so good. But they'll normally let you know before that point if it's not looking so good. They get to 30 days and they'll say, hey, we have a couple of more things to turn into the underwriter, and then we're going to have a clear to close. At that point, you're golden. You're ready to go. Now, I'm not an insurance person. I'm not a mortgage person. So I will connect you with people that are, and they can give you information about all this. I help you find the home in the area that you're looking for. That's what I do. And then everything else I leave to the specialist. So again, we're here to help you. If I can answer any questions for you, please feel free to email me. You can call me on my cell, 941-962-7443. We're here in Manatee, Sarasota County, and actually up in Sun City too, selling homes. I'm from St. Petersburg. I still have friends that will call me and ask me to help them over there. So if I can help you in any way, buying, selling, or investing in real estate, please let me know. We'll talk to you later. Thanks. Bye-bye.